For a close-up look at all your Concho Valley High School football, this is Inside the Game, sponsored by Mitchell Automotive Group.
Welcome to Inside the Game. I'm Jaydon Hart. We're going to show you highlights and scores from around the Concho Valley from your favorite teams. It's week 4 of the high school football season, and what better place to get this show rolling than with the Red Hot Wall Hawks. They face Sonora tonight, someone they've gotten the best of in the past 12 matchup. Tonight, they tried to make it 13 in a row against a Broncos team that was coming off its first loss of the season. Last week, Sonora faced Mason, a team the Hawks beat 44-7 and lost that game at home to the Punchers 33-0. For Wall, after holding Midland Christian to -5 total yards of offense in the first quarter last week, the defense allowed the Mustangs' rushing attack to score twice in the second quarter before eventually regaining their stronghold and forcing a shutout in the second half for a 20-14 win. These teams like to run the football, and after a week where both struggled to get their offenses going, non-district games like tonight are great opportunities to get their offenses off to a jump start with just 2 games remaining before both teams start district. Number 4, ranked Wall hosting Sonora for their homecoming game. The Broncos trying to come out in a little bit of style through the smoke. First quarter, here we are, a punt by Sonora. It's going to be picked up by Chase Rios. He did a little bit of a dance, found his way into the end zone. No one touches him except right there. But anyway, the Hawks out to a 12-0 lead after a failed 2-point conversion. End of the first. You heard the name Chase Rios. Well, he made big plays countless times tonight, avoiding a tackle there, getting tackled down, but the Hawks would go on to score on that drive. Still in the second quarter now, Sonora facing a 3rd and 6. Brock Aschenbeck gets it down. Hawks defense just played well tonight, and they went on to win this game. They win their 13th in a row against Sonora, 33-0. Our Rachel Turnock's out at Hawk Stadium for more.
Thanks, Jaydon. Yeah, the Hawks get the win tonight over Sonora, 33-0, so they move to 4-0. And joining me is junior middle linebacker Drew Morrison. Drew, you guys got the shutout on defense tonight, something that doesn't happen very often over Sonora, kind of a rivalry that you guys have had for a long time now. Just how good did it feel just to get that shutout on defense?
It feels really good, and it's our first shutout of the year, so it's a really good feeling, and hopefully we can build on this throughout the year.
Yeah, how has this defense just been so dominant this season? Because, you know, we were just talking with Coach Slaughter. You guys just have such a strong defense, but just how have you guys just been able to just do what you guys have done this season?
Well, we're all super close. We're all family, and I think that kind of helps us. And we have a lot returning from last year, so just being able to build on that just really helped our defense this year.
And speaking of building on that, you guys are going on the road to Big Spring next week. Going to be a tough opponent. So how can you guys just kind of carry tonight's momentum going into Big Spring next week on the road?
Well, we had a really good defensive game this week, and hopefully we can just keep that momentum going and play really good next week too.
And I know I asked you before, but, you know, we were talking just about Coach Slaughter, just how he's just such a fun, animated guy, just fun to watch. He's got you guys just locked down. Just what is it like just being able to just play for his defense?
It's amazing because he's like that all the time. In the classroom, at practice, at games, he's always like that. So it's always really fun to be around him. So
if you could describe him in one word, what would you describe him as?
Loud.
I would say that. I've noticed that at practice. All right, well, thank you so much, Drew. We appreciate it. All right, Wall gets the win tonight, 33-0 over Sonora. Jaydon, back to you in the studio.
This update sponsored by Bug Express.
San Angelo Central has been through a lot of adversity in a little bit of time so far this season. They bounced back from their season-opening loss, fought tooth and nail with a good football team last week, overcoming a halftime deficit but falling in overtime after some last-minute heroics from Cedar Park that leads us into tonight's game. The Bobcats had one more game before they start district next week against Weatherford, their last non-district test. El Paso Pebble Hills on the road, over 400 miles away. The two teams have faced twice before entering tonight. The Bobcats getting the best of the Spartans both times. Could they make it a third? Let's find out. There they are meeting up at Middlefield. Central trying to avoid its first 1-3 start since 2010. First quarter, Pebble Hill strikes first. Sebastian Ochoa to A.J. Salazar. Bobcats would block the extra point, but the Spartans are out to a 6-0 lead. After a Bobcats field goal, Malachi Brown finds Jalen LaFeste for a 19-yard touchdown. They take a 9-6 lead. Pebble Hills would answer in a big way, though. Look at this play here from Donnie Asso. He finds the end zone, and Pebble Hills would carry a 40-24 lead into halftime. But, hey, the Bobcats defense shut them down in the second half, and the Bobcats overcome that deficit and go on to get the win 44-40 tonight. Coming up after the break here on Inside the Game, we'll see how the Lakeview Chiefs did tonight for their homecoming game against Fort Stockton. We'll check in with some of the other teams out in 3A and go back out to Hawk Stadium to catch up with Rachel Turnock. So stick around. You're watching Inside the Game.
At Meineke Car Care, if you need an oil change, if you need an alignment or new shocks, or if you need a tune-up, we'll diagnose and fix the problem with quality parts and a nationwide warranty. When you need a mechanic, come to Meineke Car Care on Knickerbocker Road.
The rule of three states, things that come in threes are inherently more appealing. We couldn't agree more. Three SUVs, one GMC. Get nearly $6,100 below MSRP on this 2019 GMC Terrain Denali. Plus, get over $1,300 additional purchase allowance when you finance through GM Financial. Visit Mitchell Buick GMC in San Angelo.
If you're in the market for a new mattress, Denver Mattress is the place to go. Shop our factory direct mattresses and get the same quality as name brands for up to 50% less. And during the biggest sale of the season, sleep with confidence on a queen-size Buena Vista Firm, now only $284.99. Check out the Summit Queen, just $189.99. Or get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate with any Tempur-Pedic, plus 2 years, no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
At Diersky & Diersky Realtors, we know that buying or selling a home can be stressful. That's why we have assembled a team of agents that have over 250 years of combined real estate sales experience. You'll get personal service from a friendly and knowledgeable agent who understands the latest trends and market conditions for our area. Whether you're looking for commercial or residential, classic or modern, you'll find in-depth information that will help you find the perfect property to meet all your needs. At Diersky & Diersky, we realize you're not just looking for a house, you're looking for a home.
At Meineke Car Care, get up to $15 off a diesel oil change. Get up to 50% off brake pads and shoes. And get up to $100 rebate when you use your Meineke credit card. When you need a mechanic, come to Meineke Car Care on Knickerbocker Road.
Welcome back to Inside the Game. I'm Rachel Turnock. We're out here at Hawk Stadium where Walla moves to 4-0 after beating Sonora on homecoming night, 33-0. And joining me is quarterback Mason Fuchs. Mason, so you guys remain undefeated going up to Big Spring next week, but big win tonight. Just how good did it feel to get this win on homecoming night?
Oh, it feels really good. I mean, fans always come out and support, especially homecoming. It's always dressed up, a lot of people here, so it felt really good to come get a win for the fans, but just got to prepare for Big Spring next week.
Being the quarterback of this team and just with the defense just doing what they do, just how comfortable does that make you, knowing that the defense is going to do their job? So if something slips up on offense, you know that they'll have your back too.
Oh, it's one of the most amazing feelings in the world, knowing that. I mean, I can play almost with having a little false in that defense coming in, just kind of cleaning everything up, and they've done that many times, especially last year too. But you know, it's very nice to have them on the other side of the ball.
You guys, as we mentioned, going up to Big Spring next week, that'll be a huge road test for you guys. Just what do you expect out of the Steers this time around?
I think that ready to come play. It's at their house, but it'll be hostile, and really just watch some film on over this weekend and start up Monday preparing.
I know you guys don't really want to think about district yet, but of course this will be the final tune-up before district play does start. So how crucial will it be for you guys to just go in there with a lot of momentum and just try and come out with that win against Big Spring?
Oh, it's everything. Just really fixing the mistakes we had tonight and executing them at Big Spring. Really just trying to peak when we need to at the right moment going to district. I think that'll be really big for us next week.
All right, thank you so much, Mason. We appreciate it. All right, Jaydon, back to you in the studio.
This update sponsored by Bug Express.
It was homecoming tonight for the Lakeview Chiefs. They're undefeated. Their new head coach was named, or their second-year head coach, was named Dave Campbell's head coach of the week. Tonight they faced Fort Stockton, another undefeated team. But coming into tonight's game, the Panthers found themselves in a much different situation than the Chiefs. After injuries in their first and second-string quarterbacks in the first-string games, they had to turn to a third-string sophomore tonight to lead their offense. There's been a lot of first-time since for the Chiefs, though, this season. And this week they got a chance to bring out another one, which brings me to this week's stat of the week. The Lakeview Chiefs haven't won a homecoming game since 2010. Their opponent then was Fort Stockton. So could they do it again? Let's find out at San Angelo Stadium for the Chiefs homecoming. We'll go to the first quarter. No score. Opening drive for the Chiefs. Bad snap goes past Albert Rodriguez. He's able to fall on it, but it's a turnover of downs, which set up good field position for the Panthers. They march right down the field. Go and punch it in. Dominique Aguilar for a touchdown. Fort Stockton on the board first. They're out to a 7-0 lead. Then Aguilar's got it again. He keeps it, and he finds his way into the end zone again. Fort Stockton out to a 13-0 lead after a missed PAT. Second quarter, after that missed field goal attempt by Fort Stockton, Albert Rodriguez shows off that arm, and he finds a weapon that he's found quite a bit this season. Johnny Espinoza gives off the stiff arm. Espinoza scored in every single one of his games this season, made it 13-7, but Fort Stockton was just too much, and the Lakeview Chiefs winning streak would come to an end. The Panthers beat them 60-21. Brady trying to avoid back-to-back losses tonight, and they lost out in Dublin. Final score for that one, 21-12. All of our District 4 3A teams were off this week, but they'll start District next week. A big one out in Ballinger. They're 3-0. Number 10 Cisco comes to town. That game gets started at 7:30 out at Bearcat Stadium. Grape Creek will try to make it 2 in a row against Coleman next week. That one also getting started at 7:30. And finally, for the TLC Eagles, still going for their first win of the year, they get Merkel on the road next week at 7:30. Stick around after Inside the Game. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is all new with Paul Giamatti right here on KSAN.
And I wish we had some and rich, delicious Dr. Pepper.
Cool robot.
Thanks, but actually he's a cooler from the future.
Wow.
Don't touch. He's very cold. Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.
It's our biggest clearance event ever at Home Zone. Our new fall lineup is arriving daily, and we have got to sell over $2 million in inventory. Get this top grain leather reclining sofa for $9.99 plus free love seat while supplies last. Or this king or queen storage bed for $4.99 plus free dresser and mirror while supplies last. Thousands in savings on last year's models, clearance, and one-of-a-kind items. Financing options available. No rain checks. Hurry in today.
The rule of three states, things that come in threes are inherently more appealing. We couldn't agree more. Three SUVs, one GMC. Get over $6,400 below MSRP on this 2019 GMC Yukon Denali. Plus, current eligible GM owners get over $3,200 additional purchase allowance. Visit Mitchell Buick GMC in San Angelo.
Hispanic-owned businesses are skyrocketing in the United States. California, Florida, and Texas are the top 3 states for Hispanic-owned businesses. The top 3 cities for Hispanic-owned businesses are in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, New York City, and Los Angeles.
Hidden History is sponsored by San Angelo ISD, creating lifelong learners who are capable, productive, and contributing citizens.
Man, I wish we had some. And rich, delicious Dr. Pepper.
Cool robot.
Thanks, but actually he's a cooler from the future.
Wow.
Don't touch. He's very cold. Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.
Welcome back to Inside the Game. I'm Rachel Turnock out here at Hawks Stadium, where the Wall Hawks moved to 4-0 after their homecoming game victory over the Sonora Broncos. 33-0 was the final, so they got their first shutout victory of the season this year, which will give them plenty of momentum going into next week against the Big Spring Steers, which will be their final tune-up before district play starts. Big Spring, they beat them last year here at Hawks Stadium. That was a huge victory for them. So while going up there next year, they know it's going to be a tough opponent. So they'll face them, and then they'll be off before they start district play. With their shutout win, their defense just continues to look great every single week. That's something that Drew Morrison was telling me about earlier in the show. He just loves being able to play for Coach Slaughter. So they're hoping to try and get another shutout victory next week against Big Spring. We'll see, but for the final time from Hawks Stadium, Wall gets the win, 33-0 over Sonora. Jaydon, back to you in the studio.
This update sponsored by Bug Express.
Cristobal's and Cross Plains met twice last season. The first time in Week 4, where the Cougars handed the Buffaloes their first loss of the season. The second was in the bi-district round of playoffs, where Cristobal won again, ending Cross Plains' season and picking up their first 11-man playoff win in school history in the process. The Cougars' 2 wins were combined by 7 total points. And with the Buffaloes seeking revenge, tonight's matchup between the 2 undefeated teams had the potential to be a good one. Let's go out to Cross Plains. Pick it up in the first quarter. Braden Wilcox. His throw is off of his receiver. It's picked off. That drive would end up in a Cross Plains touchdown. They're out to an early 7-0 lead, but hey, it's Braden Wilcox, and he would respond in a big way. 40-yard touchdown, shoots off like a bullet down the sideline. They didn't get the 2-point conversion, so it's just 7-6, but that didn't matter. Wilcox again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He goes into the end zone. That's how many tackles he broke just there. This kid is an athlete. You need to keep your eye on him if you love high school football. And they would go on to beat the Buffaloes again, the final this time, 26-14. Out in Iran, El Dorado on the road. The Iran Braves would receive the kick, but the kick of the ball at the beginning. They won the toss. After a turnover on downs, Kevin Covarrubias scores his touchdown, and he was the Built For Tough Player of the Week. I guess if you've got that player on your team, that means that you can score 30 points in the second half, which is what El Dorado did. They win in blowout fashion tonight, 36-0. Out to Miles, or Era, they played in Eastland tonight. They were taking on Era, and Miles wins 56-7. The Bulldogs get a 4-0 start, which is the first time that they've ever done that in school history. Congrats to the Bulldogs. Let's check in on the number 4 team out ranked in 2A Division I, Mason. They won tonight. They a little bit messed up there. Jim Ned wins 28. Mason had 19. It's the second time that the Punchers have lost at the Puncher Dome this season. Jim Ned improves to 4-0. They're in Walls District, so this could make for an interesting matchup later on. And then Junction would go on to win. We don't have the final score in, but they did win that game tonight. After a Week 1 loss to Sonora, the Ozona Lions have been dominant over the past couple of weeks, and they did that again tonight. They blew out H.C. Harper. Final score, 86-0. Stick around. We'll have more Inside the Game after this. We'll get into all of our 6-man teams. Our 6-man game of the week features Erie County and Sterling City. But before we do that, let's check out our fan cam from this week.
San Angelo for providing tonight's meals for the stadium workers. The pineapple is good. Chiefs are within.
Catering for Inside the Game is provided by Chick-fil-A.
Introducing Price for Life, the lifetime deal from Suddenlink. Get Altice One Plus Internet for just $54.99 a month for life. Not for 1 year, not for 2 years, not for 3 years, but for as long as you're a customer. Call 888-588-4708 now, and you'll get 100 meg internet with unlimited data available, 4K Ultra HD, over 200 channels, and voice-activated remote all included. Plus, right now, you'll get a $100 Amazon.com gift card, all for $54.99 a month. For life, yes, $54.99 will always be $54.99. And no, you've never, ever seen a TV and internet offer like this. You get all this with no annual contracts. Already stuck in a contract? We'll give you up to $500 when you switch. Call 888-588-4708 or visit Suddenlink.com today. Get the once-in-a-lifetime deal that actually lasts a lifetime. Only at Suddenlink.
If you're in the market for a new mattress, Denver Mattress is the place to go. Shop our factory direct mattresses and get the same quality as name brands for up to 50% less. And during the biggest sale of the season, sleep with confidence on a queen-size Buena Vista Firm, now only $284.99. Check out the Summit Queen, just $189.99. Or get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate with any Tempur-Pedic, plus 2 years, no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
It's our payment reduction sale.
Whoa. Why are you using that voice?
I don't know.
If I could get you in a newer vehicle and lower your payment, or at least keep it the same, would you do it?
Yes, I would.
Right now, you can get a brand new 2019 Ford Expedition and get $10 grand in total savings.
Jim Bass Cars and Trucks, Houston, Hart,
and Arden Road.
Or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
This man's six-man game of the week features two teams in the noose to the six-man ranks. They've been featured a few times here, quite a bit actually in the first few weeks. That's Erie and County. They moved up to second overall in the independent state rankings this week after a come-from-behind win over Eden last week. And while they're off to a 3-0 start, their opponent tonight was unlike any they've seen. In comes the Sterling City Eagles, the seventh-ranked team in six-man Division I. Haven't played a game this past halftime this season, and after a sour taste left in their mouths early from the playoff exit last year, they're playing with a fire that could carry them all the way to Arlington in December. It was David versus Goliath tonight. Sterling City trying to improve to 4-0 first quarter. Camden Pruitt gets it, and he gets the Eagles touchdown. Just like that, they're out to an early 6-0 lead. Now, next possession, cross middle, rolling out to his right. He finds Pruitt. A big hit there from the Hornets. The Eagles would go on to score in that possession, and then a little bit of the Eagles defense shut down Erie and County tonight. They were just simply too good for the Hornets. They lose their first game. Sterling City wins fourth game of the year, 55-8. Water Valley hosting Era. It would be a tough night, though, for the Wildcats. Early on, Anthony Coy takes the pitch, takes the sideline, turns on the Jets, breaks a tackle right there, spins his way into the end zone. Era takes an 8-0 lead. Later, Matthew Brazel has got this ball. He would leap over a Wildcat defender, finds his way in the end zone. Water Valley would go on to throw a pick on the next play, and they get shut out tonight at home, 52-0. Let's go over to Bront, where that one's 47 miles from Water Valley. The Longhorns taking on Santa Ana. First quarter, Santa Ana strikes first. Jackson Diggs takes the ball. He gets the edge and finds his way into the end zone. He scores easily. Santa Ana leads 8-0 after a made kick. Still in the first quarter, after a quarterback keeper, Jackson Diggs again making his way into the end zone. Longhorns trail 14-8 after the made kick, and the Longhorns would eventually come back in this one. Santa Ana could not hold on to that lead. There's a touchdown from the Longhorns. He's going all the way, goes untouched, and they win 62-38. Brooks Smith taking on Very Best. The Falcons 1-2 entering tonight's game. Homecoming also for Very Best, but things turned sour in the first quarter. First play from scrimmage for the Mustangs. Holden Bolt pitches it to Jonathan Willoughby, and he zooms in for a touchdown. Brooks Smith leads 8-0 after a made extra point. Later, Bolt tosses it to Tyler Wilford, and watch this. He gets nicked on the face mask and drags a Falcon into the end zone. Statement score for Brooks Smith brings the score to 21-0, and Very Best just couldn't stop the stampede. Still first quarter, Avery Wilford gets in on the fun. He takes this one into the end zone. Brooks Smith with a 28-0 lead and would go on to win this one tonight by a final of 54-0. Let's check in on the Paint Rock Indians. They're hosting Panther Creek tonight at their Paint Indian Field, easily getting into the game. Derek Plumley easily scoring there in the first quarter. They go up 6-0 after a missed kick, but it didn't stop there. Plumley takes a pitch. He would find the end zone for another Indian touchdown. Could it be a win for the Indians tonight? And if he did it twice, hey, why can't Plumley do it a third time? A stiff arm going into the corner with ease. Early 18-0 lead for Paint Rock, and the latest update we have from this one is the Indians are out to a 37-6 win or lead, and with it win would go on to snap their losing streak. Other six-man games going on tonight other than Robert Lee, who is off on a bye week. Eden played Rochelle at Hornet Pride Stadium, and they get the win tonight, 60-38, while Luders Avoca and Blackwell's game was canceled and has been rescheduled for a later date. Siding football in week 4 of the high school football season. We're going to do it all again. It's week 5. Central gets district started against Weatherford. That's where we will be for our live game of the week. Rachel Turnock will be out there for highlights, and she'll also give you some post-game insight. The Bobcats coming off that big win. Hey, it's a good way to go into district. I want to thank everyone in our production crew that puts on this show. They always do a great job, as well as everyone in the newsroom getting scores in and making sure that we're on top of things for Inside the Game. We'll try to do a little bit better next week because we always have room for improvement. Thanks for watching. Tune in.
Inside the Game is sponsored by Mitchell Automotive Group.